Adua TV, bringing good things to life.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. I'm joined by Christian gentleman and lady from Christian Aid, also a faith-based institution that is doing some wonderful work as far as Christianity and the people of God is concerned. I'm going to speak to Lisa and, of course, Bob and Janie and John to find out more about Christian Aid. Hello, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Your name?
My name is Bob Kikuyu, based in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay, what do you do for Christian Aid?
I am the Global Theology Advisor.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, so my name is Dr. Lisa Ajay. I work as the British Church Relationship Manager for Christian Aid, working with senior church leaders and engaging them in the work of justice and mission around the globe.
Okay. Your name?
And I'm Jenny, and I'm based in London, and I am the Senior Church Advocacy Advisor, so working with senior church leaders to support them as they speak out and challenge everything that's wrong with the world.
That's great.
Hi, and I'm John. I'm the British Church Relations Lead, so I lead the team that engages with churches across Britain.
All right, this is very interesting. Now, let me come to what Christian Aid does. What do Christian Aid do?
So Christian Aid was created just after the Second World War by all of the churches together in Britain who wanted to respond to the humanitarian crisis that was unfolding in Europe. So together they got together so that they could take aid to refugees in Europe. As soon as they'd done that, of course, lots of other issues arose. So Christian Aid is the global development agency of the churches of Britain that does humanitarian relief, emergency relief, it does long-term development, and it engages in trying to deal with the causes of poverty as well and systemic change. And my colleague Jenny can tell you more about that.
Yes, coming right to Jenny. Jenny, tell us a little bit more about what you do at Christian Aid here in UK.
Absolutely. As John said, part of what we do is practical response, supporting local partners, local churches and other organisations to respond to and help themselves out of the problems that they're experiencing materially. But at the same time, as John also said, we address the root causes, what is actually making people poor, what is causing inequality. And that's where the prophetic voice that Christian Aid is noted for, that is where it really comes in. We challenge the way the world is structured, because the structure of institutions on trade, on tax, the way climate response is happening, all of that is geared in favour of rich countries, and we challenge that. We speak prophetically, we work through our contacts and our partners in the global south. We work, in my case, particularly with church leaders in the UK, supporting them, giving them resources, background information, so that they can speak really effectively.
Thank you. Let me come to you, Bob. Yes. Bob, how are you able to align your activities with that of the church? Because you don't work in isolation, you work with the church.
Yeah, I mean, we have a very intentional partnership with churches, and let's say specifically with the Anglican Church. We see the church as very instrumental for amplifying the voices of the people who are on the margins. We see faith leaders as playing a very critical role in amplifying those voices, through the ability to speak at a global audience, such as we are doing right now, but also nationally. Our faith leaders have access to national leaders in being able to do that. And so we see the church as a very, very strong and critical ally with us on speaking on behalf of the poor. But also we see the church as having people who are able to give us those authentic voices as well, because they are in touch with the real issues that people are facing, but also they are very theologically, theology itself is really about speaking about those people, because we also recognize that in our theology, which is very aligned with what we share that with the Anglican Church. We very clearly understand that God moves to the side of the poor. And I'm very grateful that the Anglican Church in its theology sees that as well. And therefore, we are therefore very, very connected in ensuring that our theology represents that, and therefore our justice thrust brings that out as well.
Let me go to Lisa.
Hello.
Draw the caption.
My tree's not great.
So, I mean, looking at what John, Jenny, and of course Bob have said, it really means something great. You guys are doing something very beautiful. How challenging has this whole journey been? How are you able to do all these things?
Yeah, so I think that our organisation has been amazingly and well positioned to be able to encourage the church to see justice as part of its role. And so sometimes, we can see challenges around the world that arise. We've had COVID, we've had the pandemic, we've had currently right now, we've got the South Sudan and Kenya hunger crisis. And so even this morning we were stood together with bishops praying and asking people to join in standing in solidarity with those who are there, raising awareness for the rest of the church to say this is our problem too, that we're a part of this too. And so I think our role really is to be people who encourage the church to see hope and to see our agency and being able to bring change into those situations. And so although there are challenges, I believe that, as Christians, as people of faith, there's always hope in all of those situations to turn it around for good. And so, yeah, that's really what we believe as an organisation, yeah.
John, let me come back to you. So what do you seek to achieve with a conference like this? And then again, where do we go from here after the Lambeth Conference?
We're wanting to build a movement of people who want to transform the world, who want to kind of proclaim that gospel of Jesus about a world in which everybody has life and has life before death. And so we invite people in this space in the global north and the global south to meet together, both to pray and to act for justice. And it's an extraordinary environment in which we can do that and speak to church leaders and address some of the huge issues that are impacting on people across our globe at the moment.
This is very beautiful, and I've had some very interesting time speaking to the reps from Christian Aid. It's a poverty, power, and a prophetic voice. That is very beautiful. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Okay.
Adua TV, bringing good things to life.